I'm glad you joined us today for our Proverbs Post on week number 4. This week we're going to be reading through Proverbs chapters 17 through 23, one chapter a day, and invite you to continue or pick back up or get started in the reading of one chapter a day, and whatever day corresponds to the day of the week, read that chapter 17 on the 17th, chapter 20 on the 20th, and so on. And as I've tried to emphasize before, if you missed or you forgot or you got out of sync for a few days, don't sweat it. Just pick up on the day that it is and read that chapter and follow along. As we're going to go through it once a month, all year long, and look at it from different perspectives. So you'll catch it next time or the time after as you go through. So I want you to continue to read. Now, our emphasis this month in January has been the concept of fools and how not to be one. Did you notice how many times the word fool has been used so far? If you did the reading last week and underlined or circled or highlighted those words, I mean, it's over and over and over again. And so today, I want to just pick out a few that are in our reading this week. They all tend to deal with a fool and his words. And we'll start out with chapter 17 and verse 28. I'm going to be reading out of the NLT. It says, "Even fools are thought wise when they keep silent. With their mouths shut, they seem intelligent." Now, that in and of itself would probably be enough for us to consider. We've all seen that. We've all been that before when we've been angry or been frustrated or just misinformed, and we speak up and we talk and then realize later on, okay, well, I didn't know what I was talking about. I'd have been better off if I'd have just not said anything at all. In chapter 18, and look at verse 2, it says, "Fools have no interest in understanding. They only want to air their own opinions." You see, a fool's words are not worth listening to, is the concept here. Look at verses 6 and 7. "Fools' words get them into constant quarrels. They are asking for a beating." And then verse 7, "The mouth of fools are their ruin. They trap themselves with their lips." So what the proverb writer is emphasizing, obviously, is we need to be very careful about our words. The words that we use, whether we're talking about at work, we're talking about with our brethren, we're talking about our relationships at home, that he says, you're better off just to keep your mouth shut than you are to be a fool and air your own opinions and thoughts. One other verse, chapter 20, and look at verse 3. It says, "Avoiding a fight is a mark of honor." And then he goes on to say, "Only fools insist on quarreling." So what kind of character do you have? Are you the person that's always fussing, always fighting, always griping, always complaining, always seeming to be in some kind of a tiff with somebody? He says, be careful about that, because it's an honorable thing not to quarrel, not to fight. It's an honorable thing to avoid those things. And he says, but it's a fool who goes ahead and insists on quarreling. So think about those things. And again, as you read through a chapter a day, just look for what it says about fools and how not to be one, putting that into your life. Thanks, and join us next week as we'll move into the next section on Proverbs.